In a bar in the United States, an assassin named Gon was seen waiting for someone. While waiting for his target, he took the time to play with a little girl named Yumi. On the other hand, a Russian mobster was seen arriving at the bar to trade some financial data with a man named Yoon-guk, who was Yumi's father. They were the targets awaited by Gon. After finishing them all, Gon heard someone coming from behind the door, and without any hesitation, Gon immediately shot the door, but it turned out that after the door was opened, it was Yumi, whose chest started bleeding. Gon accidentally shot her dead and felt very guilty about it. The next day, Gon was drunk because he felt very guilty. His friends named Chaos Alvaro, and one suddenly appeared and tried to wake him up. Alvaro was irritated after failing to wake him up and kept beating his face.
God! God! Enough!
After that, they went to a Chinese restaurant where their boss waiting for them. He is Daeban, a triad leader. Gon was very angry after what Alvaro did to him in the morning. Daeban ordered Gon to leave for South Korea to fix the mess he did at the bar the day before. He killed Yoon-guk, the one that had stolen their data and the only one that knew where the data was stored. Daeban ordered Gon to look for the data because they knew that Yoon-guk had sent an email containing data information to one of his colleagues back in South Korea. They suspected that one of Yoon-guk's 3 colleagues had received the email. They were Park Won-sang, Song Joon-ji, and Mo Kyung, Yoon-guk's ex-wife, the one that they most suspected. Chaos said that someone was going to assist his mission later named John Lee, a boss at Ventura Holdings, the company where Mo Kyung worked. Gon initially refused because he wanted to retire plus the guilt that still haunted him after killing Yumi, but he was forced to do it because he was the one who caused the problem. Before leaving the place, Gon vented his anger toward Alvaro by stabbing his hand.
Get rid of her. Damn it! I'll kill you.
After that, Chaos warned Gon to do this job well, so that later when Gon decided to retire, Daeban wouldn't make it difficult for him. In South Korea, at Ventura Holdings, Mo Kyung was seen leading a presentation to the company officials, including John Lee. After the meeting, John expressed his condolences after what happened to her ex-husband and daughter. He told her to call him whenever she needed something, but it was all just John's boasting to cover up his guise as a triad member who was targeting her. John also installed many CCTV in Mo Kyung's office so that he could always monitor and seek information about the whereabouts of the data. Elsewhere, Gon had just arrived at the airport and was picked up by John's right-hand man named Bayan. For his mission, Gon was facilitated with a place to stay, weapons, and everything needed to carry out the mission.
It's kind of a piece of crap, but here it's sold.
Mo Kyung, who had finished her job, went straight to the hospital to visit and take care of his mother. She was followed by Gon. The next day, Mo Kyung visited the police station to ask when she could pick up her daughter's and ex-husband's belongings. The police said that in a few days, their belongings could be brought home after they finished the autopsy. The police also said that the death of her ex-husband was not due to coincidence, because Yoon-guk was known to have a lot of debt after his gambling addiction. There were things that Yoon-guk and his 2 colleagues did so that he became a target for murder. Meanwhile, Gon infiltrated Mo Kyung's house to find information on the whereabouts of the data, and at night at the hospital, when Mo Kyung was off guard, Gon tapped into her cell phone. In another place, Bayan and his underlings began to move by taking Park Won-sang hostage and interrogating him about where the data was stored, but Park Won-sang, who did not know where the data was stored, couldn't answer the questions that led to his death after being injected with poison. Meanwhile, Gon was seen listening to the recording of Mo Kyung's conversation after successfully wiretapping her cell phone.
There was a flood, and I saw a shark.
The next day, finally, Mo Kyung was allowed to take Yumi's belongings that had been used for autopsy purposes, one of which was Yumi's cell phone. After that, Mo Kyung returned to the office to finish some of her work, but she then looked at Yumi's phone and realized something strange. She then took the strap and found out that it was a flash drive. She then opened it and found the financial data and several photos of Yumi inside. She didn't suspect anything wrong with it and decided to finish her job. After that, she immediately went home. However, because the data was accessed, John's server caught the signal of the flash drive in the office. And without further ado, he immediately went back to the office to check the CCTV. It was seen clearly that the data was in Mo equals Kyung's hands. After that, it was seen that Bayan had killed Song Joon-ji after receiving information from John that the data was in Mo Kyung's hands. He then contacted Gon, who was at Mo Kyung's house, to immediately kill her and take the flash drive, but Gon couldn't kill Mo Kyung after seeing her crying hysterically while watching a video of Yumi singing at her school. Gon waited until the situation calmed down, but when he was about to make a move, he found out that Mo Kyung was unconscious after consuming some drugs to kill herself. Gon saw Yumi's photos on the cell phone and immediately got reminded of his past. It turned out that Gon was a native South Korean who was brought to America by his mother to meet his father. But because Gon's father didn't want to meet them, his mother became depressed and intended to leave Gon at a gas station. Fortunately, while her mother was off guard, Gon sneaked in and hid in the trunk of the car, but after driving for a while, his mother suddenly stopped the car in the middle of nowhere and decided to kill herself. After looking at the cell phone, Gon immediately shot Mo Kyung and immediately left the house. The next day, Mo Kyung was seen in the hospital and receiving treatment because it turned out that Gon only shot the sofa. Since then, the police had been involved in the case. Meanwhile, John vented his anger on Bayan after knowing that Gon had betrayed them. It was certain that the police would eventually find out about their business. In America, Daeban ordered Chaos Alvaro and wanted to go to South Korea to finish off Gon, who had dared to betray him. He also advised Chaos to forget Gon's kindness, who had saved him during a mission in Cambodia, because for Daeban, Gon was nothing more than a tool. Elsewhere, Gon was in Yumi's crematorium. He intended to make amends by protecting Mo Kyung. At the hospital, Mo Kyung was met by the police, who informed her of the results of the investigation that lead to John. The police revealed that his real identity is a drug dealer, a money laundering syndicate, and an illegal weapons smuggler funded by Daeban. They were investing in a fictive company, but Yoon Gook, her ex-husband, found out about that information and dared to steal the data, along with his colleagues. Park Won-sang and Song Joon-ji aimed to sell the data to the Russian mafia so that Yoon Gook could pay off his debt by the money. From the results of the police investigation, it is known that Yoon Gook had sent an email containing the serial number of a cell phone to Mo Kyung. After hearing that, she chose to stay silent and just leave because he thought it was just nonsense elsewhere. Chaos and the others had arrived in South Korea and were at the port, waiting for their weapons, which were smuggled by sea. As soon as their weapons had arrived, they immediately killed the 2 couriers carrying the weapons. The next day, Mo Kyung was contacted by Gon, who said that there would be people who would try to snatch Yumi's cell phone and kill her. Gon told her to leave the hospital immediately because the police would not be able to protect her. After being informed, Mo Kyung immediately saw the serial number on Yumi's cell phone, which was in accordance with what the police said. Finally, Mo Kyung realized that the data the police were referring to were inside the flash drive on Yumi's cell phone strap. Suddenly, the electricity in the hospital went out and a nurse entered the room. But when a policeman came in, the nurse immediately killed her. And when that person was about to kill Mo Kyung, Gon was already there to save her. When Gon was trying to chase the man, a policeman stopped him and pointed his gun at him. Gon then casually took the gun and made the police tremble. Unfortunately, after getting stopped by the police earlier, Gon lost track of the man. Meanwhile, the police immediately evacuated Mo Kyong to take her to a safer place. On the other hand, the man who wanted to kill Mo Kyong earlier showed up again with a new disguise. He intended to kill Mo Kyong and the polices, but suddenly, Gon showed up from the elevator and shot him dead. In another place, John and Bayan were discussing the plan to kill Gon and Mo Kyong, but unknowingly, all of their conversations were heard by the janitor. Elsewhere, Mo Kyong was taken to an apartment to meet a hacker from the police to break into John's protection system so they could open the data. Meanwhile, John, who already knew the location of Mo Kyong, immediately contacted his men and Chaos to immediately move to the location. Outside the apartment, Gon saw the arrival of John's underlings. He immediately attacked to finish them off one by one. Gon also contacted Mo Kyong to inform her that one of the police there had betrayed them. As soon as they managed to break into the security system, the corrupt police immediately attacked the police chief there. He then went to bring the data to meet Bayan, who was waiting for him, hoping to get a big reward. But he was immediately executed by Bayan. On the other hand, John's underlings had managed to get into the building, but Gon was already there to stop them. After successfully killing all of John's underlings, suddenly, the room was bombarded from outside by Juan. Then Alvaro appeared and tried to kill Gon, but Gon managed to finish him off. From the other side of the building, Chaos and Juan, who saw Gon, immediately bombarded him with bullets. Gon immediately called Mo Kyong to ask him to get out of the building while he tried to distract the shooter's attention, and then picked up her outside the building. When Gon was already outside, Alvaro, who turned out to be still alive, suddenly showed up and kidnapped Mo Kyong. And at the same time, Juan tried to kill Gon, but he managed to escape by escaping using a dump truck. Chaos then called Gon and asked him to come to the office building if he wanted to save Mo Kyong. In the evening, after cleaning his wounds, Gon bombed a building next to the Ventura building and immediately contacted the police. Meanwhile, Mo Kyong was being held captive in John's room. They immediately panicked when they saw the arrival of the police, who thought that they were coming for them. But they were mistaken by that after knowing that the police were moving to a nearby building next to them. The police turned off the satellite and wireless networks within a 2-kilometer radius because Gon had previously contacted the police threatening to blow up the building again. Chaos finally realized that the reason Gon did that was so that nobody would be able to monitor him from the CCTV. Meanwhile, Mo Kyong, who was left in John's room alone, found John's secret place, which was used to monitor her, and also the janitor that they killed. Among immediately took the key that the janitor brought, so she managed to get out and untied her. On the other side, Gon started to move to fight Chaos and the others. Alvaro tried to stop Gon, but he was killed during the gunfight. Alvaro's death made Juan furious and decided to avenge his partner's death. In the other room, John and Bayan were seen moving all the data so they could launder the money immediately, but unknowingly, Mo Kyong was in her office and saw that data that was being accessed and collected. She directly accessed the main server and deleted all the financial data that was being accessed by John so that he lost all the money, which was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Knowing that made Bayan frustrated and killed John because he knew that John wouldn't be able to pay the payment he promised. Meanwhile, Juan found out that Gon had prepared a trap for him. But without him knowing, it wasn't a real trap for him. Juan was killed easily. Gon finally faced Chaos, and a fight between them ensued. Finally, Gon managed to finish Chaos. On the other hand, the police who could not find the whereabouts of the bomb switched the network back on, so that Gon immediately contacted Mo Kyong's, but Bayan found her and catch her. He tried to rape her. He stripped her clothes and accidentally dropped his knife. When he was off guard, Mo Kyong grabbed the knife and stabbed him right in the neck. He finally died of blood loss. Turned out, Chaos did not die yet. He called Gon and said that he would end everything and that he would pay his moral duty by saving him, then asked him to have a drink together. Gon, who saw Mo Kyong from the CCTV, immediately called her to take a shotgun beside her because someone was going to approach her to kill her. Gon also said that when the elevator door opened, Gon asked Mo Kyong to immediately shoot someone that showed up from the elevator, because that person was Yumi's killer who lived his life killing people. It turned out that the person he was referring to was himself, and he did all that because he wanted to make amends for killing Yumi. Chaos finally showed up and saw Gon being shot by Mo Kyong. He was about to shoot her, but Gon stopped him. Chaos pressed the button to shut the elevator door and left from there while Gon finally died after being shot.